Did I just trade off a bunch of generic silver for gold? Better believe I did. But was it a mistake? Well, according to one YouTuber, he wouldn't have traded silver for gold under any circumstances. We're going to go over the present state of both metals, and then I'll show you what I traded for, so stay tuned. YouTube, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. And of course, as always, I want to thank everyone for the amazing support you've given the channel. And it really is appreciated more than you know. Best damn community on YouTube, hands down. Before we get rolling, I just want to do a quick shout out to Spokane Silver Stacker. Got his channel round in. I've had this for a minute. I just have not had a chance to give it a shout out and show it off. Beautiful silver round. And I think it's 1.59 ounces. I'll have to double check, but great job on this. I forget, I think he had John Hyatt pour this, but awesome work. Awesome work. So if you have not checked out Spokane, you know I'll have the link in my description. Be sure to check them out. All right, today we're going to talk about how and why I traded generic silver for gold and pre-33 gold, and a little bit about a video that I just watched where the YouTuber was talking about silver over gold, hands down, due to its potential. And why he'd never traded silver for gold because of that same potential. Did I make a mistake doing this trade? Let's roll it and find out. So opinions from the other YouTuber aside, let's take a quick look at what silver and gold have done over the last 20 years or so. We already know that gold is more of an insurance and protection against uncertain economic times, while silver is more speculative and industrial. But let's take a closer look. Again, the YouTuber was saying he'd never traded silver for gold because of silver's potential. But how long are we willing to wait? Depending on your age, you'd have to take that into consideration as we look at the chart here. Now, it doesn't go back far enough, but we know that silver peaked at its all-time high in 1980, right around $49.45 an ounce. And fast forward, we had another peak in April of 2011, right at $48.70 an ounce. But it dropped fairly quickly. So, looking ahead, the last time silver even broke $30 was in 2013. And here we are 10 years later, and it's only approached near 30 once. And that was in May of 2022 when it came in at $26.38 an ounce. So, the gaps and spikes, you know, they're from 1980 to 2011. That's 31 years. Then you had another one from 2013 to 2023. That's 10 years. And that was a modest increase when it hit over $30 back then. So we do know that while silver is a slow burn, it's also a steady one. Throw in the fact that silver was just $5.45 an ounce back in 2000. And we can see silver's trajectory. It's steadily climbing with inflation. Just maybe not as quickly as some would hope, but the numbers don't lie. Silver's definitely increasing over the years with steady lows in between. With an increase in industrial usage on the horizon, it should help the price, but as always with silver and with all the manipulation behind it, there's just no guarantee of where it's going to go. Up for sure, but how high? Who knows? Look, at this point, I'm doubting that we'll even see $30 silver this year, unless something absolutely extraordinary happens. Now let's take a quick look at gold's chart. Again, this one only goes back to 2004, but you can see the trajectory is solid from that year on. With a dip between 2013 and 2019. But then we had that spike around August 2020 where it hit $2,074 an ounce. And another spike in 2022 when it came in at $2,043 an ounce. And 2022's annual change overall was an impressive 24.43% over prior year. And we hadn't seen that high of a percentage change since 2009, 2010. So it was a long time coming. Still, gold is steadily marching higher. So looking back to the year 2000, we see that gold closed the year with an average price of $279 an ounce. And with today's spot price sitting right at $1,999, it's obvious that the yellow metal has kept up pretty nicely with inflation. This is the reason I had no qualms with trading generic silver for gold. And I was lucky enough to do it just before the present spike in price. So I got in at a great time to do it. Anyway, enough of the numbers. I can respect the other YouTuber's thoughts on hanging on to his silver. But again, he's basing those thoughts on silver's potential, which, let's face it, could be insanely good in years to come, or just the little year-over-year increases that we've become used to. And going by the gaps between spikes, I'd say we're definitely due for another one, but not in 2023. That's just my opinion. I'm definitely not going to make any predictions on where it'll all go. So what did I get for my generic silver, and how much did I give up? Well, here's the story. My LCS has had a hell of a time getting in shipments from the big dealers. Scottsdale, for example, insanely slow. Ridiculously slow. He sent them money in November or early December of last year, and just now got his shipment in last week. Just now got it. And then, of course, as everyone knows, we had the two banks go belly up recently, and people rushed to buy gold and silver to protect their money. It's pretty predictable since it happens on the regular. He sold a ton of silver and was low on stock as a result. He does have more shipments scheduled to arrive, but not until late next week, and hell, that's not even a guarantee. Bottom line is, you can't have a coin shop with a low supply of silver to sell, right? So I offered to help by giving him every ounce of generic silver that I own in bars and rounds, and that came to around 115 ounces. Now, I was adamant that I wasn't selling him my silver, because, come on, it'd be dumb for me to take a loss, since generics are typically bought by dealers at spot price or barely above. And that just wouldn't have made sense to me. I mean, I'm here to help you, so let's make it work. We ended up coming up with a trade idea, value for value, dollar for dollar, silver to gold. We agreed on $25 an ounce for the silver, which was a deal for me because I bought a lot of that stuff on the dip and paid just under that. So the total, I think, came to around $2,875 in silver. And he busted out the pre-33, which is my new weakness at the moment. And I picked up this $20 1894 gold double eagle. She's a beaut. Sorry about the lighting. She is a beaut. Love it. Love it. I had not had one of these yet, so this was on my list to get. And then we finished it off a little bit, kind of evened it out some. Got a 1/4 ounce maple. 2021. Not bad. I mean, it is what it is. So that didn't come to $28.75, obviously. I think the double eagle was like $2,200, and the gold maple was around $535. So I even got a little cash back after it was all said and done. Now, when the smoke cleared and the dealing was done, was it worth it? Yeah, to me, absolutely. I dropped some silver weight, which was well overdue. I was getting top heavy in silver again. He got some silver in stock to sell, and I picked up more pre-33 gold for my stack. Win-win-win in my eyes. Look, sometimes you got to break down and cull the herd just a little bit. So I know I'm probably going to hear about the GSR and how it's sitting at 87-1, which would make it seem like I took a hit on this trade.
Are you crazy? Or just plain stupid?
Stupid as stupid does, Mr. Blue.
I guess.
But when you add up the gold content in the double eagle, which is 0.9675 ounces, or just under a shade of an ounce, plus the 0.25 ounces from the maple, well, I ended up with just over 1.2 ounces of gold content for that 115 ounces of generic silver. Now, that would put me 28 ounces of silver over the GSR, but that's not how I'm looking at it. And you got to remember, this was generic silver. It wasn't eagles. They weren't maples. They weren't Britannias. Just straight up generic silver. And yeah, I could have gotten a gold buffalo or a gold eagle for less than the double eagle. But my focus at the moment is on pre-33. And I'm good with it. Look, I'm happy with the trade because it was a perfect opportunity to gain more American history for my stack. Now, if we get hit with an SHTF scenario, I'm probably screwed with it, but it was worth the risk.
How do you know what's inside you unless you test yourself?
All right. There you have it. So let me know in the comments down below if you would have made this trade. 115 ounces of generic silver for a big monster pre-33 gold and a 1/4 maple, about 1.2 ounces of gold. The people who aren't into pre-33 are probably going to be saying, you got screwed. And that's fine. That's okay. But the folks who are into pre-33 are going to be like, yeah, all day. So at least that's what I'm guessing. Maybe not. But that's how I'm looking at it. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for this episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. And if you made it this far, well, kudos to you. I will definitely catch up with you in the next episode. But in the meantime,
What do you want to do with your
Damn right. Get stacked. Stay safe and be well, everyone. I am out of here. Peace, folks.